Welcome to Zipperfly Comics. What this segment basically is going to be about is graded CGC comics from around 2012 to 2014. I'm going to have the grader notes with me, so we could go through what the grades are and what they pointed out. Of course, they're not in order, so they have front grade first. Front problems, then back problems, then front problems, then back. Why these are not in order, I have no idea. So the first book I'm going to show you is Amazing Spider-Man number 12. So what it says center front cover, small light, multiple finger bends. Center front, so I'm assuming they're around here. That's where everyone flips. There's some breaks in there. No color breaks, mind you, just, bends. Left bottom front cover, small, moderate, multiple crease breaks. Around this area, around here, you can see even the color has gone away. There's some breaks here. Of course, we can't get rid of these breaks if they're pressed. The color break, but the bends you probably can, but it doesn't say anything about color break. Well, it says multiple crease breaks, so maybe that's what the break means. All right, left bottom front cover, small, moderate scuff breaks, color. That's what they're talking about. So they're like little minor, if I zoom in a little bit, bring down the camera, right there is some breakage. It doesn't look too bad, but there are little breaks. And the next note will be bottom right color corner breakage as well. Unfortunately, you can't zoom in that closely with the CGC covers because of the plastic actually makes it out of focus. I have no idea why, but it seems to be doing that. All right, so right center front cover, small tear. All right, right center front cover, somewhere around here, there's a tear somewhere. I can't really see it. Maybe it's a very minor tear. Not exactly sure. Spine, small, light, multiple stress lines, breaks color. That, you have lines that go up and down here when the comic is opened up and read and well read. There really aren't that many spine ticks, maybe one or two. A couple up here. The corner here is not great. All these corners are blunted. No one really took care of these. They read them, but they really didn't think that these things would be valuable, unfortunately. So as you can see, the grade is at a 3.5. It's fairly low, but I don't mind. It's number 12, third appearance of Dr. Ock. It's pretty sweet. So the back cover, we have a stamp. For these older comic books, they really don't take away from stamps. They actually think that it actually gives it some kind of credibility. And it's actually what they did back then. So they really can't take away from that. So here's the back. So what we're going to do here now is the left bottom back cover, medium chip out. Unfortunately, there is a chip out. I wouldn't even call that medium. I would call that kind of large. I guess a large would be like down here, right? But to me, I was kind of hesitant to set an in, even with this break. This chip out. But I really didn't mind. I wanted to protect this comic book. All of these are going to be in my personal collection. I'm never going to sell these things unless I really run into hard times. But this is for me, for my collection. So you can see here. There's a lot of back ticks with a lot of color break. Unfortunately, the back's a little colored, a little dirty, and then we have right bottom front cover. My apologies. We're going to do the back covers. Yeah, spine light, wear breaks, color. And then the left bottom has the medium chip out. Right here, there's a lot of bend here too. I don't think they mentioned that, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. But, there's a little bend here and there. So Do you think, with all those words and with creases in them, that this is should be sent back, repressed, not repressed, but pressed to take out these creases? So basically, it has 1, 2, 3. So it has 3 out of 7 remarks has 3 creases, or 3 areas of creasing. Now, what I don't think they noticed this. This is actually a little color wear where tape must have took off the cover a little bit, but you can actually see letters behind here. You shouldn't be able to see it. It kind of looks like it's part of the splash because you have some white here, you know, and white here and white here. So maybe they thought that this was part of that color configuration. I'm not sure, but they do not mention that, and I'm afraid if I take it in, they will mention that this time. But if it gets, you know, pressed, I think it'll look brighter, a little cleaner. Of course, those creases will most likely come out. What would you think that the grade would be with a pressing? Right now, it's at 3.5. I would assume maybe it might go up to a 4.5, maybe even a 5. But right now, as of right now, the comic's worth maybe about 312. But with a 4.5 to a 5, it really dramatically changes the price level. So I think that's why it might be worth recertifying and getting it pressed. All right, so next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 14. As everyone probably knows, this is the first appearance of the Green Goblin. I really never liked this cover. I think it just looks really weird. But it's the Green Goblin, and what can I say? And it has the Hulk. I mean, how can you miss that? I mean, that's great. I love that. With the Hulk on the corner right there. All right, so this one's graded at 2.0. Obviously, it was not in great shape. Even I knew that going in. I was lucky to even get a 2.0 out of it. I mean, there was really a lot of problems with this. This is the first appearance of the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, Enforcement's appearance, first meeting of the Hulk and Spider-Man. All right, so let me read you the front cover notes on this. Now, I had to spend $5 each to get the notes from for each book. Get the notes for these things, which is not bad. And you can always have and judge for yourself what these graders are thinking and how you can actually send it in and maybe even try and guess what your grade might be. All right, so what we're going to do, we have the bottom spine, medium spine split, which I knew, and I think there's another one on top here. Then let's go, we're going to still stay on the front here. Top spine, large spine split, right. So this was a large split, and there's a small split here. You can see that there's some tape here. Luckily that tape was old, came off, and it didn't get a restore grade. Everyone thinks, purple label of death is bad, but if it's a personal collection, I don't think it's that bad, especially if there's tape on it. It's an important book. It's for you. It's not for you to sell. I know a lot of people do a lot of selling and stuff, but it's really for me. Again, this is my personal collection. I was lucky to even get this book. I thought I would never be able to get this book, but I did. This was many years ago. So I got a pretty good deal before even the Spider-Man movies came out. So I was really happy to get that. So let's see, left, bottom, front cover, heavy staining. That was from the tape. Unfortunately, there was some tape there, but I don't mind. Left, top, back. So there's a lot more notes on the back. Okay, maybe if I bring it in closer, you can see that bottom tape stain. Unfortunately, and there's some staining here as well. So let's turn this over. The back doesn't look too bad, but they had a lot of notes. See, this whole spine was taped. It was taped because of that breakage, but luckily that tape was not good tape, and it came off. So we have the left bottom cover medium creases. Again, they're using these word creases. Left top back cover large crease. I was trying to look for it. I couldn't find a crease. Maybe you have to be in a dark room with some light to see these creases. But again, maybe I can get that out with pressing. So that's it for this one. Really not that many notes on this. I thought there would be a lot more notes considering it's a 2.0. It's off-white to white pages, which is pretty incredible. I didn't think they were going to do that. I thought it would be cream to off-white. I opened it up. I didn't think it was that white, considering how white this table is. I mean, I thought it was cream. I mean, you can even tell here. I mean, it's creamy-ish. All right, next one up. And that book is worth about $378 at a 2.0. So if I get this creased out, I'll be lucky to even get a 3. But if it's at a 3, I mean, again, the price will change drastically. I mean, again, if it's just for me, I'll be happy if the price goes up. But it's just really for me, and I appreciate the book and what it is. All right, so now we have 2 of these guys, and we're going to do a little comparison. So I have 2 set of notes for this. So this is a crossover, first Daredevil crossover, second appearance of the Ringmaster. Don't know who he really is. Fortunately, I did not read these books when I got them, but I have reprints, so I can always go to those reprints and read them if I really want to. So this one is, again, we're just going to do the front. So the front cover, multiple stains. There's big stain here. It does go throughout the book. It almost looks like oil. When you touch it, it all wants to crumble away. So that's why I really didn't read this book. There are a lot of little stains here and there. I'm going to take a closer look. I really don't see that many stains. I mean, there's one here. Maybe the staining is dirty. And I've heard that pressing will get rid of some dirt, so maybe it will, clean it up a little bit and presents a little bit better. Again, everyone loves yellow covers. I mean, look at that yellow pop, even with it being dirty. I mean, Daredevil, I mean, it's really nice. And I do love yellow covers as well. So left bottom front cover medium heavy stain through the book. Bottom front cover moderate wear breaks color. You get a lot of breaks down here, from it doing the dog ears. It is, a lot of bends and things throughout the book. So let's do right bottom front cover medium light multiple crease breaks. That's what I mentioned before. Right bottom front cover tear seal open. Right bottom front cover tear seal open. So there must be a tear somewhere, and I can't see it because the book is closed, so you can't really examine it. Spine, small, heavy, multiple stress lines, breaks color. So, this is really worn down. The lines do go all the way down. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you could probably see it in the logo right there. The spine really does show that color break. And, what can you say? It's just it's an old book, and it's been well read. So I'm going to turn this around. And the grader notes really don't mention this, but look at that. Look at that. I mean, that is a big, I don't want to call it a spine roll because it's not a spine roll. It's like if it was cut wrong. Like these pages got somehow stacked up and they cut it at a diagonal. And so that's how that book is presenting. Usually when the book is like that, there's a huge spine roll, and you can see that the Marvel Black line just moves up right there. I mean, you could see a little bit here, but it almost vanishes, so it's cut fairly squarely. So I really don't know if pressing will make this straight or not, and I highly doubt it. But, you know, again, there's a lot of creases in here. So maybe even having it pressed and getting it, some of this color, this dirt off of it, may look brighter and cleaner. So right here, right bottom back cover medium chip out, back cover, right bottom back cover. So this is the chip out right here. I didn't notice that, to tell you the truth. Medium light multiple crease breaks on the right bottom. I don't see any crease breaks. Yeah, and small, heavy. You know, you can see a little bit of a little ticks here and there. Nothing really major. Again, it's dirty. Could get it cleaned up. There's a little bend, dog ear bend here on the regular pages. Again, I don't think they're going to be able to make that straight. I think it's just the way it was produced. You know, the cover does look a little small, but it's pretty drastic. Maybe the front cover wasn't cut correctly. I don't know. So right now, I'm going to show you the second one, which is at a 4.0. Sorry, I said that before I put it up. And I'm going to read the notes for the 4.0. And that other one was worth about $220 at a 3.0. This is a 4.0. It's probably worth about $300 from the guide online, from comicbookrealm.com. This is where I got the price guides. They have more of a live feed, so their prices go up and down when there's a sale on eBay or a sale somewhere else or a sale on their own site. So their numbers always keeps updating on their site I think it's like every 2 weeks. All right, so here is the Daredevil comic book. It's at a 4.0. This one has off-white to white pages. Again, I'm happy that they have that that label on, but it kind of makes me weirded out because it should be cream. I think it should be cream. So here's the other one. You know, not many notes actually, so it only has 4 notes. So we're going to do the front cover. Center front cover, large crease. I think there are a lot of creases throughout it. The bottom here has some dog ears. The spine looks all right, not too bad. You know, the Marvel comic books, the older ones, usually have that little bend over into the book. It's almost like if the cover was always bigger than the book itself. I mean, the pages itself I always hated that. You know, not much to say on the front. The back, I don't think there's much to say except for this one was cut better. The black line on the spine almost lines up. And you don't have that page being exaggerated coming out. You know, the comic book is pretty well squared off during the cutting. So let's take a look at the size. See, and you can tell, see, the book is cut off. It's maybe like half an inch, but even so, that spine it's drastic. It's drastic. Maybe like half an inch wasn't. Did they cut the covers before they put them on the pages? I don't know. I don't know how they produced these back in the day. So the bottom staple, small tear. That's typical of these older books. Right bottom front cover, medium crease. We talked about that. Spine, moderate stress lines. Really, they should have. There's not even there's no more than 4 notes on this. So it's 4.0. Maybe it's because of the way it looks, but even so, they should say, you know, soiled, or they should have a lot more notes than 4 lines here for 4.0. I mean, if it's a 9.6 and they have 4 ticks or whatever, and they'll mention that, that's fine. But nice cover. I think it looks great. It's cut well. You know, maybe the pressing can make this straighten out, get rid of the dirt, and everything else like that. All right, so the final one. I bring you Amazing Spider-Man number 20. Love that cover. Spider-Man's being lifted up and going to be thrown away. Spider-Man, off-white to white pages. This is the origin and first appearance of the Scorpion. MacDonald MacGargan. Peter Parker's Spider-Man pinup. I didn't realize there's a pinup in here. Luckily, it was still on here, or it would have gotten a terrible grade. I didn't even know there was a pinup in this. Not sure if this background's supposed to be white or that color. Not sure, but I think it's supposed to be that color. But it looks fairly dark and dirty, so maybe a pressing and cleaning will get that out. Again, it has that roll on top, so they never mentioned that rolls. So I guess it's just how the Marvel books were created. So this one has substantial notes. We have front cover light wear on all edges, breaks color. You know, most likely up here they're talking about, down here. That's fine. I can see that. Left to bottom, front cover small, light, multiple crease breaks. Again, crease breaks. Right bottom, front cover small line, multiple crease break, color break. Spine small, moderate multiple stress lines, breaks color. You can see them right here. They're like at the brick. And these lines, these black lines, actually kind of show them, even exaggerates them. Of course, you could always see it in the label. I mean, in the cover price area. I'm okay with that. Top front cover, small, heavy water damage through the book. Okay. I don't see any water damage on this. But if it's through the book, it's through the book. Unfortunately, there's a lot of missing color here. You know, unfortunately, there's a break here. There's a break here. You know, a lot of little breaks. Can't really see it, you know. But maybe, again, some pressing will be good. So again, I think this book was cut wrong. The cover wasn't cut square. This is pretty. Yeah, I don't think the pressing will line this up to the cover. Other than that, the cover looks dirty, but other than that, it looks great. They really don't say much about it for the back. I think the only note that they have. Oh, they also mentioned back cover, small, light, multiple finger bends. Probably could be taken out with the pressing. But yeah, that's it. This book is $206 for the grade it's in. So that's all I have for today. I have more that I'll do most likely a part 2. So let me know your comments. I probably think that this could probably, with all those break comments from the grader, can actually bring this probably to a 4.5. That would be nice. But always be optimistic, right? But I think it definitely deserved a little bit better than a 3.0. I really didn't see much wrong with this. You know, if Spider-Man 14, which was in really bad shape, is a 2.0, you know, I don't think this, and that has huge breaks, you know, spine tears. One small spine tear on the bottom right, left bottom, and one large on the top left tear on number 14. And that was a 2.0. This is a 3.0. I think this is probably close to 4. It should have been a 4. But let me know if has anyone experienced these things. Have they? I'm not going to crack them out. I'm just going to send them to CGC the way they are, because they do their senses. I'm going to have them press it. You know, have them, the CCS or CSS group, press it out, then send it back to CGC to get it regraded, because they do send it back with these labels, so they can reference that and then put it properly back into their senses. So what people do is they break these out, they destroy the label, and then they send it out again. So those numbers can get wacky on their senses, and they even note that on their website, saying that, you know, don't count on the website numbers on how many have been graded, because one could have been sent in 5 times, you know, so you never know. But I like to be honest, I want to be honest. I want to send them the whole thing, saying, press it out. Here's the label. These are the notes that you had previously, and maybe when they see the notes for creases, they'll understand, why I brought it in and to have them press it out. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for watching. And if you have any comments, let me know. And if you've experienced anything like this, where you sent it back and maybe they didn't come back higher, or maybe, it's not worth it, I'm not going to send these out until a little bit later, most likely later in the year. They are highly busy. I'm sure they get millions of books every 2 months. I mean, people just have everything graded. I don't know why, but, it's just, they like it. What can I say? But other than that, leave your comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll have another video for part 2.